Hello, everybody. I am finally back. I have finally gotten the new release Necrons in and the new release Space Marines. There was a big old mix-up or order. I guess Games Workshop switched shipping companies, and there was a bit of a delay. So I got my stuff today, finally. I am very excited. Excuse me. The vacation was nice. I would not suggest going there. I went to Disney World because we had done a lot of research on how busy it would be. Turns out the day before we arrived, the governor said everything can open back up. So people just flooded in. It was bonkers. We stayed safe. We've been quarantining. We still had a good time. I ate a whole fried fish. It was pretty good. But the Lokhust, is that right? Lokhust Heavy Destroyer, aka the thick angry boy. I'm excited. I'm going to do this unbox and build, and then right next to me I have the most ridiculous thing, the Invader ATV, that I will be doing in a separate video, probably uploading at the same time. Let's get into this. Oh boy. I am so excited. First off, check it out. There's no stem, no ball stem shown. Oh. I played Necrons through the end of 6th and the beginning of 7th. Nothing else in there. Sweet. Let's move this camera a little. There we go. And they were pretty dang cool. I'm actually going to scoot up a bit. There we are. I ended up selling them to start Renegades and Heretics because I wanted to convert more. So he is a single sprue model. That's pretty cool. Pretty straightforward to build. We've got 2 weapon options and this insanely big ass destroyer. Straight up like a beetle. Take a quick look at these rules. Moves 8, likely has fly. Can't see any of that here. These guns though, oh my gosh. This strength 10, neg 4, 3d3 damage, or 3d3 shots, strength 7, neg 1, 1 damage. This is so cool. I don't know which one I'm gonna build. This one seems like the cooler one to use, but that one just looks so. I'm gonna build the one that looks cooler. So I'm gonna set the instructions over here, and we're gonna get started. This kit has, well, this whole line has almost inspired me to get back into Necrons because they're so cool looking, and the Silent King is back. And, oh, just so much cool stuff happening for them. I am extremely happy to see a Xenos army getting this kind of attention. Oh, it's cool. And, oh, I think last video we weren't doing it with the Cow Mountain, but I'm noticing we're back to very straightforward numbered bits. But because it's 1 sprue, we don't have to worry too much. I do know that I'm looking for 1, 2, and 3. Always pretty useful. Clip these out. Try to stop putting my hand in the way. Just to clarify why I don't suggest going to like Disney World or any place like that, it wasn't so much the safety. It wasn't too bad. They crowd spaced, they had mask mandates, but they were not prepared for the influx of people. The buses weren't running fast enough. There was a lot more waiting. Fast passes were disabled, and it just wasn't the escape from reality we were looking for. Still a good time. But wearing a mask for like 12 hours straight, or maybe like 8 hours straight in Florida humidity, no thank you. I do not envy the people who work outside in Florida right now. Okay. Clip that little dude off. I'm also noticing that the base is, I would say, a 60 mil. It's got the 3 pegs, and that reminds me a lot of the Mephitic Blight Hauler, like 100 millimeter crazy bass. Excuse me. Oh, I got the burps. Oh my goodness, excuse me. All right. So we're gonna get this started. I'm all butterfingers because I'm almost trembling with excitement over this. The other extremely exciting thing is my Elegoo Saturn arrived, and I've been 3D printing like a madman since I got it. I might show off, quick little show off, kind of Necron related, from a Patreon. It's just, I don't think the phone camera can really capture the detail that it gets, but I'm printing a big old Space Wolf display. Okay, so Lokhust Destroyer, we got to put this little nubbin dude right in here. And for a piece that doesn't seem to have any difference, oh wait, I guess there is. There's a top and a bottom. This side is smooth. Nope, never mind. I just missaw it. But as you can see, a little ledge right there poking up. So there is a right and wrong way to put this in, and I really am curious why they did that. Oh, so you don't put it in sideways. That makes sense. Gotta pop it in like that. So I'll get a little tiny bit of glue. Might need to try that lighter trick. Wait. Boom. A little tiny bit of glue. But yeah, I got my new 3D printer. I ordered some really big pissed off stainless steel tables from Uline. I installed those over the weekend. I would have done some sort of video last week, but we were exhausted, and my brother-in-law house sat for us, and he was still there, and he was using my office for playing the MMO he's playing. So I had to accommodate the guest. Okay. So I've just done little tabs of plastic glue. No, I got one there. And this looks like it's going to snugly fit like so. That is wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Let's see. Zoom in the slightest, if that helps. Yeah, that is nice. Try to pinch it nice and tight. Whew, fumes, man. Oh, it's been too long. Yeah, 3D printers don't smell great, but I also installed an air purifier, and I'm not in that room all day. All right, so this now gets, oh, so cool. Big, I guess, pelvic region. And the pelvic region, I'm going to stop saying that. It's pelvic armor. Whoops. Oh, this is cool. So I'm trying to use the excitement for a new army to motivate myself to lose weight. I've gained the COVID weight. Got back from Disney. You know, I ate like garbage. I drank a lot of booze. And when I drink, I just pack the pounds on. But to counter that, we walked about 65 miles. Just all over it. My feet still hurt. Okay, so this guy goes on first, and this guy goes here. Here? Okay. So he's gonna fit nice. I see. There's a connection point right there. But I sold, I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but I ended up selling the rest of my Fire Slayers, my Maggotkin, and my Chaos Knights, because I just wasn't playing with them, painting them, or anything. I had no motivation, and I want to do a new project, but I want to fit in my clothes more. And seeing these Necrons makes me want to start a new project again. Oh no, I spilled a little plastic glue right off camera. Move that down. There we go. Okay. So what I've done is I've told myself, if I can lose like 15 pounds by the end of the year, really tough goal. 15? I think 10. Yeah, 10 was a bit easier. Then I can start a new big project. And once I get back down under 200, I can start a new army. That also slows me down from wanting to get a new army like Necrons because they've got the cool models. When I'm waiting to see what we get as the new army in 9th edition. Just use this little ammo crate on the bottom side to wipe extra glue off on. Okay, so far, already cool. Already way cooler than the old destroyers. The old ones were just, like, this wasn't there. The whole organic curvature of it. And now we do the exhaust pipes. Let's see here. 9. I'm going to turn my desk fan on. I'm roasting. Hopefully that noise isn't too rough. All right. This model is great. 10 and 11. 11 right here. 10 is right here. Snip, little snip. All right. It's looking good. This is a nice kit so far. Honestly, I'm excited about that ATV too. I know I had said that I was going to do the crazy gangly War of the Worlds dude next, but I think I'm going to alternate. I'm running behind. I want to get all this done, and I don't have as much time as I'd like. But I am still going to build every new release that I can. I have already pre-ordered the Gargants, and one of each of the Necron things, just for this, to show off and have a good time building. Okay, so in the instructions, and on the model we've got these 3 holes, obvious. This guy's gonna go and attach here. Bam. So when you're looking at the instructions, my initial thought was there and there. It's actually this spot and this spot. And let's see if that dry fit works. Yeah, that is nice. And that's a really, really satisfying dry fit. It goes in there easy, doesn't fall out, and it comes out easy. So I'm just gonna slather this like it's, all I can think of is like mayonnaise. One of my friends was just ranting about barbecue. And I guess in some parts of the country, they do a white barbecue sauce that has mayonnaise in it. I don't know if I've ever had it. I don't really agree with it. But mayonnaise is on my brain. And a little bit around there. In we go. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Man, I kind of wish I had an old destroyer for comparison. If we were doing orcs instead of Necrons, I just bought a huge orc lot. I'm still sifting through it, and I'm slowly putting it up on my shop. But there's so many grots. Now we switch over to the other side. And there's so many pieces that are like half built. Like I had all the buggies from Speed Freaks, and they were all half built. And I know from experience it's hard to be like, hey, do you want to buy this half finished model? It's totally half done. You have to do the rest of the work. Have fun figuring out which step they stopped on. So I'll finish it before I list it. Okay. I'm going off camera again. To circle back, my wife and I have been quarantined. She's able to work from home. I have to go into the office, but I'm very adamant about washing hands, wearing a mask, always washing any surface I touch. And this is the last week we have to do it. It's Tuesday already? Let's check. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. That means we are one step closer to Friday, Wave 2 of Necrons, and freaking Age of Sigmar Night Titans. Oh, dude, they're cool. But this guy. So, I flipped through the Space Marine rulebook to look at what Space Wolves can and can't do. I won't talk too much about that, but I did want to mention that I haven't had a chance to flip through the Necron rulebook to take a look at these guys, if they're in units or not. Because their stats... T5, 4 wounds, and a 3-up save. It's alright. But I know the new Necron reanimation protocols are crazy. So if these guys are in a unit, that's going to be bonkers good on the table. But it's going to be bonkers bad for your wallet. These are like the new beasts of Nurgle, maybe. Except they're okay good on the table. And I hear they're getting really good for objective holding. For table quarters. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's heavy. It's a lot of dense chunks. It's like... I don't know, heavier than this guy. About the same weight as a Primaris Blade Guard Captain. I like it. It's kind of that, it feels heavy. It must be worth a lot of money. Yes. Okay, so now we're getting the armor plates. Here we go. Oh, the super tiny details of dents and scratches that they're putting in. Chef's kiss. So great. Chef's kiss, just perfection. Love it. Absolutely love it. So cool. I think the old ones were like, here's a piece, there's a piece, put the dude on the front, all done. No hassle. Easy peasy. My Necron army was, 90% second hand. And then my Renegades and Heretics army was almost 100% second hand. Because I just found people who were like, hey, I'm getting out of this. You want to buy these, 2 Ghost Arcs? Sure, why not? And Renegades was, hey, I've got an Imperial Guard army that I painted when I was 7. I just don't want to look at it anymore. I'd find the dirtiest, grossest stuff and make it chaos. And I loved it. Alright, so, putting the armor on. Dry fitting, very easy, very snug. This is a very well made kit. Would it be better to, look at that, pink. What's it called? Subassemble. And honestly, I think so. If you really want to get that detail, a lot of the spots in here, you can still kind of see through the edges. So I would definitely suggest maybe sticking a pin right up on there and at least getting some silver on all the bits out here before you glue that on. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Boop, boop. All I can think with how nice these go together is... Oh, ooh. Well, hold on. connection points here. I was worried that was too small. I had to look around, but all I can think is, dang, Games Workshop really has their printer settings toned in to get it to be so snug. Because I have been working with my printers a lot. Okay, so, whoa. A little bit of glue on all these points. It looks like you could probably glue against the spine. I don't really know if you'd need to. I think that the obvious points of adhesion are good enough. And it looks like it attaches up here. I didn't notice that at all. That's a spot that I'm gonna reach on. Whoa, this glue is all over the place today. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the bottom side of the armor. There we go. Try to bind it. That is cool. So right now, it is, it's hard to say, it looks smaller than I expected, but at the same time, it's fine. I don't know why I expected it to be so big. The base is a 60, so it can't be huge. Oh man, now we get to do the dude. I'm doing the Gatling gun. I gotta. It's so cool. I mean, the other gun is like, hey, it's Gauss, it's big, deal with it. But then he's got like this crazy Nerf 6-barrel shotgun. I swear that's designed after a Nerf gun. So to build the actual destroyer body, we gotta get his spine out. His back armor, which again, dented beautifully. And his back. This assembly seems kind of familiar. Let's clean up all those, oh, so cool. Little bits and bobs. Now if I'm lucky, I will have the Gargant's video uploaded Saturday morning, but there's no promises. I do plan on doing more of these videos, and the day after tomorrow, I will probably know what's going on over here. Oh. Nothing important. I forgot to do a 3D print commission. Oops. Okay. So, it's one of those pieces in the instructions where it's, you've got 3 hands, right? So figuring out the easiest way to do this, and actually it looks like they've thought about it. There's 2 little slots to fit this against the back and glue. Where in the past, I swear you had to have this piece in there so the peg went through so you could put this piece on it, except for none of the pieces really held together until all 3 were done. So old Necrons were a hassle, and I'm very happy to see some of the biggest offending kits of I don't want to build this anymore being revamped. I remember there being some, camera's leaning, pretty polarizing opinions on the Ghost Arcs being a hassle, and the Scythes. They're okay to me. It was the Warriors that were the worst to me. Oh, I dry fit, but I didn't do it well enough. There we go. Okay. Oh. Huh. So I put a little bit of glue on these 2 tabs, but that was not enough. I'm going to put some above and below them as well. There we go. I'll hold that for a moment. Dang, I may have spoken too soon. This piece does not want to hold. So I'm just going to jump right in, Slather some glue up around here. Cross my fingers, pray to the toaster gods. And push this in here. Let's see. What? Okay. That's very unusual to do. So it doesn't just kind of slide in, it kind of curls in. And then it connects way down in here. So put some glue in there. And it's definitely the spine going up. That's where the head's going to go. This just looks silly on the instructions. It's time for the arms. Because the arms don't have hands or anything on them. It's just kind of like he's dancing. I'm a little out of practice with the video. I'm trying to keep an eye on the camera to make sure I'm in focus pretty well. And sorry about the band-aid. I know it's not the prettiest thing. I got a nasty scrape, and trust me, it's nastier under there. I also accidentally burned myself with a bit of resin. I thought, hey, you know, it's just a second. I don't need to use the glove to drain the vat. I got some resin on me, I wiped it down, I washed my hands. Apparently while washing I went like that or something, because a piece of resin stayed on there and burned me. All right. Let's do this thing. So, the ball joints... Wait, what? What? Okay. There we go. Ball joints have little pegs. And the little pegs go in the holes. Nice. This one doesn't... Did I cut it off? Oh, geez, did I? I don't think so. If I did, it's a big old whoopsie. Why does this one look so different? Oh. This is the wrong piece. He's got like a third arm. Wait, what? Weird. This is the piece I'm looking for. I just saw arm, and I mean, that kind of looks like an arm. Okay, it's huge. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. Excitement getting the better of me. Okay, let's see how that fits. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I'll pop a little bit of that trusty plastic glue in there. Do the same over here. Now it is pretty much a monopose kit. In the past with Necrons, they did have models that were like this, and a lot of Games Workshop armies have these monopose kits that don't necessarily have to be monopose. Take, like this guy, he kind of needs to be monoposed. You could fix it, well not fix it, but change it by sawing off the arms and whatnot. But with this Necron, all you gotta do is chop off a little peg, and you're set. So now, we put the chest plate. I'm happy to see the design is basically exactly the same. It's updated. It's still that very classic Necron ribcage that just glows with evil robo-cooties. Out. Much crisper detail. The cables coming out is a nice touch. Ooh, all right. There's a lot going on with this. Looks like we've got the two pegs. Likely, this whole thing and this whole thing will connect. These little guys are probably going to go around the arms. These up on the shoulder. And these neck ones, man, I'm hesitant to dry fit this. Because the old Necrons, when you put this in there, it was in there for good. And this does feel like it's a snug fit. So I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna lather this bad boy up with some good old down home cooking super glue. Plastic glue. Ooh, look at that. Nasty. Try to get the shaft instead of the tip with the glue, because sometimes the tip doesn't touch anything. And then gently shove it in there with all the rage of corn. Gently line it up. I'm going to apply pressure to the chest. Because if I go too high, I'll get the neck. And I don't want to break that neck piece. Cool though. And that is where the extra arm goes in, which I'm looking at these instructions. 6, 7. Okay. With that, we go to 8. We go to 8. And does he not get the extra arm? No, he does. Way later. All right. What kind of face do we want? Face number 1 with the triple crazy cool eye thingy. Or face number 2 with a triple cooler eye thingy. Face number 2 it is. 1 big eye and 2 little eyes is cooler than 3 little eyes. I mean, come on, one of them's big. Maybe it's swollen with anger. Or the computer equivalent of anger. Oh yeah. That's a salty Necron. Oh. Okay. Note that I didn't do that. So, when you apply the chest to the back, make sure it's on the body. We made a little oopsie, and you know what? We're going to go ahead and make this dude multi-pose. Bam! Clip that peg off. Can't get over how weighty this is. It's kind of cool. So with no peg, you can freely disco, headbang. I'm just going to set this to the side and assemble solely on the body. Looks like this cable might go in. Let's find out. 25. It either connects to the base down here. No, it connects right there. Perfect. Perfect. We're going to make a unique Necron duder. Lokhust Heavy Destroyer. Like the Robo-Mech theme Necrons have. Alright, so this looks like it's just a straight peg, and it wiggles. I'm not going to glue that yet, because we've got to connect number 22, which is our huge, super angry, grumpy old man gun. Get off my lawn. I love it. Absolutely love it. If I could convert an army that's just a bunch of old people in rocking chairs that hover with guns, it'd be Necrons. Various different, cheesy like signs like we don't call the police in this household or something with a picture of a Gauss rifle. It'd be so bad. So bad. Okay. So this time I'm not going to screw up. That's a bit to go in here. So the gun slides up close, and every piece fits on it, like so. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each piece, or on the gun. And slide it in gentle. I'm going to push down on this arm and this hand. Now, I'm realizing I didn't glue back there. I'm not too concerned about that, because it gets to okay, yeah. I was gonna say it's in there kind of snug. I forgot how much I was praising these joints for being comfortable fits. They're like good comfy pajama pants. So while that dries, we snip off the other part of the big old gun. And very excited to read the Necron Codex. I've heard great things. That they are definitely a top tier army now. Excited to see more big key players on the table. I'm not excited at how much connection points this has. This whole area basically glues together. Jeez. Okay. Careful, because I don't want to have too much on there. But it's kind of like when you build a Rhino or a Land Raider, and it's just like, put this whole piece against it, all at once. If you mess up the slightest, there will be a huge gap. Nice and easy. I want like needle nose, oh hey, needle nose pliers. Gently squeeze that together. Should make a rubber tip needle nose just for this, because I can't really get my fingers down on that. If I squeeze too hard, it'll leave big old teeth marks. If I don't squeeze enough, oh, it's probably that chunk of plastic in there. If I don't squeeze enough, it'll leave a gap. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, you could probably just like skip ahead a little. I'll make a crazy movement. I'd pause the camera, but hold on, I'll do it with my nose. I might stop it. I don't know. I don't want to mess with that. That's looking okay. Yeah, that's good enough for me. For now. That's not good enough. I'm going to pause. All right, that's about as good as I can get it. While I was paused, I realized I didn't answer the question that everyone has asked me about my vacation. Yes, I went to Star Wars Land. No, I didn't build a lightsaber. Yes, I got to Rise of the Resistance. Yes, it's freaking awesome. So is Smuggler's Run. They're both great. Smuggler's Run's a bit short, but huge Star Wars fan growing up. Still like it a lot. Not into it as much as Warhammer, where I'd be doing, building Star Wars videos. But it's got a huge part in my heart. All right, now for the 6 darts at once barrel. I used to own, it's a red Nerf blaster, and it's a pump action. and you load the darts on the front, and it looks just like this. It's crazy. All right, flipping the page on the cutest little booklet. Okay, now we put on big old third arm. I just finished the new season of The Boys. I won't do any spoilers, but definitely some third arm jokes. I'm just going to put a dollop of super glue in there like it's sour cream. Oh, it's coming undone again. Man. Gonna have to gap fill the top of that gun. Alright, I'll try it. Get away. Put a little super glue or the plastic glue in there in the gap. Wipe away the excess. And then it should bond and fill the gap. The alternative is you put the super glue or plastic glue in there and you squeeze it the hell shut again. And then once it's dry, you can shave off the excess plastic. That's on the bottom too. Because when the glue squeezes together, it spurts out the top, and it'll start to kind of melt and become one with the living metal. Hey, look at that. That's a little better. Okay. So the last steps are to put the rocks on, which I'll do. And then we can start posing this monopose mini. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. The Beast of Nurgle. Super monopose mini. Super duper. They're just... It's a multi-part kit. Technically, it has like two poses. One where it's reaching out and one where it's reaching down. Oh. But yeah, that's one of those kits where you get two options. Deal with it. So, nice little peg kit. I love the rebar, nice accessory. I have to make little rebar kits. And it comes with a little skull too, but I think skulls are a Space Marine thing, overdone. I like the little scarab rock. That's a pretty good base. I'm not going to glue these parts on, just because the appeal to take them off, or maybe take them off, put them on a different base. I don't know what other people might do, because I probably won't be keeping this dude. Dang, look at that. It's nice, weighty. Okay, so when I screwed up the building, all isn't lost. Normally it would probably just sit like so. Hey, I'm a Necron Heavy Lokhust Destroyer, but we can position him however we want. Ooh, this is kind of that not so monopose kits. Now, I don't know how easily it would be to repurpose or reposition the gun, because there's effectively 4 arms going into it. But what I'm going to do is, instead of kind of looking down at the ground, have him look forward. Straight. Boo-boo. And this is going to require a little bit of holding until the glue sets all the way. Little dollop. Now, I don't know, you might drill that out and whittle the peg down. I'm gonna pick him up, make sure that from multiple angles it looks okay. because all too often I'll say, hey, this pose looks great, and I'll glue it, I'll hold it, and then I'll look at it from like a 45-degree angle and go, oh my god, what have I done? That doesn't look like running at all. It looks like falling. Or if you've seen the posts of the really well-painted Assault Intercessor on Reddit, skipping. This dude had the Assault Intercessor Sergeant painted really grim dark, real cool. And then right next to it is a picture of a kid skipping. And yeah, it does kind of look like that. I'm going to pause while I hold this. All right. After holding it for a little while, I'm way too used to using super glue and accelerant for quick stuff. Plastic glue, it's really got the hold. Dang it, sometimes it takes a while. Yeah, it's still a little, but we've got him posed, looking a little bit more straightforward. Not so much down. Kind of leaning back. There we go. I gotta say, this guy's really cool. I'm looking forward to killing some of these guys on the table or getting my butt handed to them. But those hips, oh my goodness. I'm sure that joke is going to be very overdone very soon. Thank you for watching. I believe I mentioned last time... Oh wait, no, I did do a recording last week. I did the Moo Dude. Man, my head is blank. These times are tough. All right. So I think I said something where I'm going to put a link to my eBay store so you guys can get a discount. I've got that code. I'm going to put it in the description for this video. If you click on it, buy some of my used stuff, buy some of the new stuff I have. Support me a little. I appreciate it. It's additional 5% off. No limit, no minimum. Buy whatever. It helps me do this more. I really love it. And I'll have the ATV one recording in just a minute. Thank you all, and keep being awesome.